What is going on? I'm zmot. We got the full disco glowing here. We're going to do something ridiculous with these troops. We've got doctors and medics loaded. That's because doctor vitamins don't heal other doctors. So I'm pretty sure you need some medics mixed in. Our tribes have reset. Rifleman, life leech. We will try to get to that a little bit later on. I'm going to boost that up to max simply because I think we can have a little bit of fun with that. Also, by mixing in those doctors. Let's see what we can do with this troop combo. We're going to start out with mildly ridiculous and then move into fully ridiculous. So do make sure you stick along. Come see what the heck we've got in store. I would typically never, ever, ever use medics with bullet. I would also not tend to use taunt. With bullet, I would probably use shock knuckles about now, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that bullet takes all the shots to the face. Bullet trying to keep all of our medic dudes alive. And then that right-hand side Scorcher is probably going to do 90% of the damage to that core. It's just going to keep burning through all of those things. And full-on ridiculous mode, clearing all of the mines so that we don't lose our vitamin dudes or don't lose our medics, trying to lose as few troops as humanly possible. At this point, we've lost 0 troops and we have cleared basically this entire base, all by avoiding, boom mine right there. As I said that, the medic beat the critter to the boom mine and just exploded his own face. So we are going to clear this entire base. Not going to get all of the mines cleared, unfortunately, I don't think, unless we come way over here. Next level trolling is when you clear every single mine and you clear every single defense. And then as your troops are retreating back to your engine, your landing crafts, I should say, let's click that retreat button. As those critters start to do a little bit of damage here, we're going to click retreat one more time, just like in warships. Retreating, rushing back. Unfortunately, your opponent doesn't see this live, so there's not really much point trying to get all those troops onto the landing crafts. We didn't manage to pull it off. One poor doctor lost, just showing that not a lot of firepower is needed, especially when you're full boosted, I do suppose. Now that that's done, we're going to go down a Scorcher, down to 1 boat of Scorchers, see if we can pull this off as well. I kind of assume we'll be able to do it even with no Scorchers, but I figured we might as well start with 1 boat of Scorchers, and then we'll move our way downwards and see just how far and how ridiculous we can get. So, gonna keep the critters pumping out. Critters' primary job at this point is to clear all of the mines, also just to try and distract things for a couple seconds so Bullet can get a little bit closer to everything else. And now I think we've only lost 1 troop. Even though those doctors are right up close and personal, we're going to drop some barrages. I have way too much gunboat energy sitting here doing nothing. And all of our troops are going willy-nilly on all the different sides. So, like I said, this is one of those troops that doesn't do a ton on his own. He's not going to be that Rainmaker, that heavy choppa that's going to be able to take down bases all on his own. But do consider mixing them in, because it's going to make a bit of a difference for you. It's going to make things a little bit of fun. And with Boom Beach, anytime you can... Dead Zone. Dead Zone, you have got the hopper shield, so I am going to retreat. As you can see, we would have gotten that base down, but we're going to kill some of our troops intentionally. If you ever see that shield, do keep in mind that is the hopper shield. That means that's an English-speaking player who is out there. Probably Dead Zone. If you see this, please hit me up in the comments, or if you know who Dead Zone is, please send them a message. So just a reminder, if you see that shield, do consider either killing your own troops, or even if you just attack and retreat without killing your own troops, you're giving them some defense. So we are going to do that right now. Typically you want to do 4. And the reason for that is you're giving that person the maximum amount of intel, and you're giving them some diamonds. So Dead Zone, shout out to you. Hopefully I get to see you down below in the comments. Let's do one more and then we'll go in there and crush Dead Zone's base. Actually, you know what? We'll crush a different base. We've already proven that this is going to work. So we will just barrage all of our troops, killing off all of those troops. I don't try and kill off Scorchers because it just takes way too long. And then we're going to throw a smoke right there just so we don't end up getting stuck. We will leave dead... You know what? We'll just swap dead zone out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll swap dead zone out. They can keep their gold. And we'll go attack someone else. Of course, they're online. I feel like Boom Beach intentionally finds people who are online when you go that route. Now, we've already proven that Bullet with some Scorchers will work. Let's move this up a notch. Let's kick it up a notch, not with Bombardiers. That would be silly. Let's throw... We've got too many boats of Doctors. We need one more boat of Medics. This has been called the Undying Bullet. It's got a bunch of other names that I can't think of off the top of my head. We're just going to see if we can smoke our troops to the back of this base. I'm going to give you a hint and tell you the answer is going to be likely 99% no, because smoking 8 boats of medics is essentially impossible. Like, all of these medics are going to want to die. They just have this thirst to die, and they have like these little tea parties at the shore, and it is not gonna go super duper well, I can tell you right now. So Bullet, we need to let Bullet take all sorts of damage, and then maybe just then some of our medics will make it. But if any of our medics get hit by any sort of damage, I'm really saying any as hard as I possibly can. That's like... Anyways, let's go. We managed somehow to get all of our medics to the back of the base. Now we need to clear somehow, some way for Bullet to get towards that headquarters. Like I said, this is one of those videos where there is nothing to learn except for an additional new way to have fun with Boom Beach, which I think is great. Some of you might scoff at this and think this is stupid, but any way that you can make the game more fun, make the game interesting, is a-okay with me. Also, might be able to use Brick and her cluster grenade, but I am not gonna make you guys suffer through that because that just takes way too long, and it is not something for the faint of heart. And you could also use Everspark and her explosive charge, another great way to take down bases in ridiculous fashions. We are gonna do one up. We're gonna one up all of that though. For me, the most difficult way to take down a base is by using Dr. Kevin Kavan. That way we're going to get doctors and medics, and hopefully be able to take down the base using nothing except for doctors, and we'll have to use second wind for that. The life leech rifles should be able to help with that. Look at this, we've got all of our doctors just hanging out, Bullet getting shot in the face, and no damage whatsoever occurring. So utterly and completely ridiculous here. We've lost a total of, what is that? We've lost a bunch of Dr. Vitamins. Most of our medics are still alive, and no one is dying at this point. Bullet's taking shots to the face. Medics are healing themselves. Doctors are healing themselves. Just full on ridiculous mode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this right here. That's probably going to be my thumbnail, to be completely honest, because that is pretty awesome. Bullet just pounding at the core, medics and doctors in behind him. Pretty neat little way to take down a base. Giving that person some intel and diamonds. You could probably do that with just energy drink, but what's the fun in that? Gotta use those Prototroops. I really do like Prototroops, even if I think that most of them are kind of not awesome. We are going to do one more attack. We will get Dr. Kevin Kavan right here, and I'm just going to take down... We've already scouted that one. That one doesn't have any gold. Let's get someone better. Let's see what you've got for us. So this base looks like it should be somewhat easy to smoke to that back. I don't even know if that's a good idea to smoke to the back, but we'll give that a go. See if we can't send all of our troops. Now you'll notice that if we drop them like this, they're just going to hang out right here and do absolutely nothing. So once those dudes start to appear, we're going to start smoking. That second wind is going to start getting our troops moving, and then we're going to get a little bit of damage there intentionally. Now these rifles should life leech, even though they never actually were rifles. They were always pink zombie dudes. should get some life leech out of these guys, which again should get us all sorts of extra healing. So we've got healings coming from every single which way, and Kavan of course not following the dudes because that would be far too easy. So next up we're gonna throw a shock there. Throwing a shock there, this base, don't ever let someone shock all of your rocket launchers at the same time. That's just utterly and completely silly. I guess they're also short a rocket launcher. That was the first thing that I built on my base when it came to the HQ 25 upgrade, 24 upgrade, was getting that extra rocket launcher. I love me some rocket launchers, except for on warships, as you probably know. And look at this, no troops, just medics coming in, taking down this base like a complete and utter boss. Even though they suck at following the rest of your troops, they can be somewhat useful. Like, we are just pounding this base using all medics, and that person's gonna look at their replay log and go, what the heck was that? I kind of really want to bring Everspark and try the explosive charge with some vitamins, but I feel like that's going to be cheating because anyways, I will do that on my own time. Do consider subscribing if you'd like to see brick and or, you know what, let's go like this. We're going to go through all 7 stages, maybe, hopefully, possibly, using nothing but the vitamins just because it's ridiculous and kind of fun. I don't know if we can do 7 stages. As soon as I fail, I'm going to end the video. Typically, I hate leaving the video when it's on a fail, but in this instance, I just can't, in good faith, leave and keep attacking and failing, and we've already had way too much ridiculousness. This has been way too much fun to just try to keep failing and failing and failing. So typically, you can do stages 1 through 5 very easily as a max level. Stage 6 and 7 start to get a bit more difficult. Kind of like Crab, I wish you could skip the first 20 stages. I wish you could skip the first 5 stages of Dr. T as a max level player. Just trying to save some time and some energy and all of that sort of fun stuff. So definitely missing that Barrage Tribe though. Barrage Tribe's so good. It was one of those tribes where everything gets easier and more fun. It's a little bit sad to see it go. Power Stone Chance Tribe kind of outdated since Mega Crab came around. Would love to see an Intel Chance Tribe. Hint, hint. Team. Okay, let's go like this. We're going to drop 1 second wind. That way we can farm some gunboat energy just in case we can't get this down with just barrage. I assume we can't. There we go. So we're actually going to have to walk in with some troops here. Need to farm all of our gunboat energy to get some extra rifles. Right now you're thinking, Zed, we're watching you do Dr. T stage 4. Like, how much fun could that be? I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. I am enjoying myself with these troops. I realize that I'm kind of forced to make the fun myself as opposed to Boom Beach doing it for me, because Dr. T takes a little bit of work to get that fun, but all the prototypes hopefully will be rebalanced at some point just to make them as OP as possible, because what's the point of a prototype if it's not drawing you into using it and making the defending players cringe when they see it get dropped on their maps. So here we go. Dr. T, all of the pink zombie crew coming in on stage 4. Wasted all of my gunboat energy early on, but at least that goes down. Just comme ça. For those of you looking to learn some French with a terrible accent. Stage 4, done in a ball of flames. Really hoping we can get stage 7, because that would be a great cherry on top, but not entirely sure that's going to happen. We're going to go left, something like this, as long as Kavan doesn't get shot in the face by that cannon. Thankfully, he had a little bit of extra health amongst himself. And now, barrage there, artillery there, barrage there, artillery there, and then 1, 2, 3, something like that. Now, our rifle dudes are not going to do super duper well against those flamethrowers, but they do have that life leech, so I'm very curious to see how they're going to do against those fairly decently leveled flamethrowers. Holy brain shutting down. We've got a good crew of pink zombies coming up now, and let's see. Look at that. Healing themselves, no big deal. So pink zombies with that tribe, making for all sorts of good fun. Earlier on, we used bullet and scorchers and stuff like that. This is the troop combo that I would highly, highly recommend. All of the medics, all of the doctors, all of the medics. Yes, did I already say medics? Rifleman, life leech, just doing so much good stuff, just making this utterly and completely as ridiculous as possible. And now all of our troops are going to finish this base off easy, easy, easy. Also, those rifles are clearing the mines, which is making for a great, great way to keep all of our dudes alive. 0 losses, stage 5. Stage 4 kind of sucked. Stage 5 looking fairly awesome. Okay, let's get into stage 6. I have not done Dr. T in a video in a long, long time. Feels a bit refreshing to be doing some main base goodness. I am going to drop Kavan right there. We're going to second wind, and then I'm going to drop a flare down into here, and we're going to throw a shock right about there, trying to get as many second winds as we possibly can, and getting all of those troops down on the shore. And we should just be able to walk through this. Like, this does not look like a decent level base at all. I'm kind of surprised. Typically, Dr. T stage 6 is fairly strong, but we've got low-level shock launchers, low-level rocket launchers, and if I had to guess, that'd be a low-level headquarters back there as well, which can happen on sometimes. You get like an HQ 16 back there. So just walk through all of this stuff, getting those critters out to clear some mines, getting rid of all of the boom mines. And look at this, like this, the problem with doing this troop is you can't see how many rifles you have left because all of your rifles are pink zombie dudes and there's no count for those anywhere at all in the landing crafts. One other quick note is I had a question on the YouTube. Someone was saying, if I use second wind, do all of those rifles go back into my landing crafts? And the answer is sadly no. That was my first thought when second wind was first introduced, like 3 years ago or whatever the heck it was. But sadly, you don't get any of those troops go back in your landing crafts. Those are just pink zombie rifles. They don't make it back into the landing crafts, so you can't avoid reloading your troops by using second wind, unfortunately. Little bit of a sad, sad trombone right in there. Yes, I love it when I can mix in a sad trombone. Stage 6, down. Let's do stage 7. Nothing but medics, nothing but doctors. Come on. And we lost 0 troops as well. That is ridiculous. Okay, see, max. That's not even max level. Those are low-level rocket launchers. That's kind of surprising. I'm going to drop Kavan right here. Right in that corner. And then we are going to throw some critters over there and then something like this. If you're wondering why I dropped Kavan first, it's because I wanted to get all of the rest of my troops in and around the rest of the stuffs. Down go the rocket launchers, out come some more critters. Let's throw some shocks out there. Probably need to get rid of you. And now, obviously, medics don't follow flares, so you're going to have to be a little bit cautious about how the heck you're moving things around. But I think we should be able to clear all the way to the core with these guys. We're definitely going to lose some troops to those boom cannons and the sniper towers, but I think we can slow that down a little tiny bit. Now, was Kavan the right choice here? Probably not. If Everspark was puking out all of her critters on her own, probably would be a little bit better off for us because I don't know, but I don't know if critters would do enough damage to get all the way to that core. So regardless, we should be able to take this puppy down all by way of the doctors and the pink vitamins and the second winds. So hopefully this gave you a new strategy that you've never tried before. If you found something that's even more ridiculous and does work, I would love to hear from you in the comments, because any way you can make these... Look at this. They're taking down machine guns with no effort at all. Definitely losing a couple of them in and amongst those buildings, but just full-on ridiculousness. Like, look at all of the healing going on. Dr. Vitamin making things go faster. Medics making things heal quickly. As a result, also Kevin Kavan doing all sorts of dentist-related tasks. So down goes stage 7, and with that, that is all for me today. January the 5th, maybe the 6th for you, depending on time zones. My videos definitely need to start coming out 4, 5, 6 hours earlier, so my apologies there. Thanks for your patience. Let me know what you think about these long seasons of warships. Driving me a little bit crazy at the moment. 2.5 days to do anything, a bit frustrating. Also, let me know if you have some ridiculous troop combos you like to use. Otherwise, keep upgrading those rocket launchers after you've done your landing crafts and your gunboat and your sculptor and all of that. If you need the upgrade order, let me know. Otherwise, as per always, I am zmot in your creator boost and in your heart. As per always, I think I already said that. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. Peace.